Your cat does this 3 minutes before you wake up. Your cat does this 3 minutes before you wake up. There is a peculiar kind of magic in the morning ritual that most cat owners never fully witness. Not because it doesn't happen, but because it unfolds in the quiet minutes before consciousness returns. If you could set a hidden camera and review the footage, you might be startled by what you find. Your cat, poised at the edge of the bed or doorway, watching you with an intensity that borders on the ceremonial. In the 3 minutes before you open your eyes, your cat already knows you are about to wake up. The question is not whether this happens. Behaviorists and pet owners alike confirm that it does, but why, and what it reveals about the extraordinary sensory and social intelligence of the domestic cat. To understand this behavior, we must first appreciate the cat's relationship with time and biological rhythm. Cats are crepuscular animals by nature, meaning they are most alert and active during the transitional light of dawn and dusk. This ancient wiring means that early morning is already a period of heightened awareness for them. While you have been drifting through the final stages of your sleep cycle, your cat has likely been fully awake for some time, attuned to the gradual brightening of the room, the shift in ambient sounds, and, most importantly, the subtle physiological changes occurring within your body as you approach wakefulness. The science behind this anticipatory behavior is rooted in the remarkable sensitivity of feline senses. As humans move from deep sleep into the lighter REM and pre-waking stages, the body undergoes a cascade of changes. Breathing patterns shift and become slightly more irregular. Heart rate begins to accelerate, muscle tension subtly increases, and the body may produce small involuntary movements, a twitch of the foot, a change in the rhythm of an exhale. To a human observer sharing the same room, these changes are imperceptible. To a cat, whose hearing can detect frequencies ranging from 48 Hz to 85 kHz, and whose sense of smell is 14 times more powerful than our own, these signals are as legible as a neon sign. Your cat is, in effect, reading your body like a text. Beyond raw sensory acuity, cats are also creatures of extraordinary routine. Anyone who has owned a cat for more than a few months will recognize the phenomenon of the cat alarm, the animal that begins pacing, meowing, or gently pawing at its owner with uncanny accuracy, often within minutes of a set alarm time, and sometimes even before it sounds. This is not coincidence. Cats are sophisticated pattern recognition machines. Over weeks and months of cohabitation, they memorize the behavioral fingerprints of their owners' schedules. When the light changes, when sounds in the street begin, how long a typical sleep cycle lasts, and precisely what the physiological prelude to waking looks and sounds like. The 3-minute window is not arbitrary. It maps, with surprising consistency, onto the average duration of the final light sleep phase before full wakefulness, a phase that cats learn to identify through accumulated observation. There is also a deeply social dimension to this behavior that is often underestimated. Popular culture has long portrayed cats as indifferent, solitary creatures who tolerate their owners rather than bond with them. Contemporary ethology has largely dismantled this myth. Studies in animal behavior have shown that cats form genuine attachment bonds with their human caregivers, exhibiting behaviors consistent with those seen in human-infant caregiver relationships. The cat's vigil at your bedside in those pre-dawn minutes is not merely strategic. It is, in part, an expression of social anticipation. You are the center of their social world, the provider of food, warmth, play, and affection, and your imminent return to consciousness represents the resumption of their relational universe. They wait not just because they are hungry, but because you matter to them. This interplay of instinct, learned pattern, and social bond produces what appears from the outside like an almost telepathic ability. Owners often describe moments where their cat seemed to know they were about to wake, even before they themselves were aware of it. The gentle weight settling on the chest, the sandpaper texture of a tongue on a cheek, the persistent and perfectly timed meow that arrives like a biological alarm. These moments feel uncanny precisely because they blur the line between animal instinct and something that resembles intention or even empathy. In truth, they are both hardwired sensitivity amplified by intimate knowledge of a specific individual human. What does this reveal about the broader relationship between cats and the humans who live with them? Perhaps most significantly, it underscores how deeply cats observe us, far more carefully and far more continuously than we typically observe them. We tend to think of ourselves as the knowing party in the human-pet relationship, the one who understands, interprets, and responds. But in those quiet morning minutes, the balance tips. Your cat has mapped the topography of your sleep, cataloged the rhythms of your body, and developed a predictive model of your behavior that is, in its domain, more accurate than your own self-knowledge. There is something humbling and quietly beautiful about that. The next time you wake to find your cat already there, already watching, already waiting, consider that you did not simply open your eyes to find a pet. You surfaced into consciousness to find a creature that had been attending to you with full and patient attention for minutes you will never remember. In the animal kingdom, attentiveness is a form of love. And your cat, it turns out, has been loving you in the dark.
The cat was waiting.